So my name's Gavin. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I went to undergrad at University of Missouri in Columbia. I got my doctorate in physical therapy. So while I was in school, I heard all the time during those 3 years of post-grad that PT students struggle, and it's pretty standard that they struggle with copious amounts of student debt. And it was kind of one of those things where it was like, okay, it's the farther down the line problem. I need to focus on school. I don't need to worry about that right now. And then whenever it finally came to that time of graduating and everything, and I got the final, this is what you owe, I was like, oh man, I have no idea what to do about it. My debt started off at, I believe, 210,000, split between private and federal loans. So through various, stressful researching and everything, I found Chris through a social media website, a bunch of testimonials in terms of how he has worked with PT students specifically, which is what piqued my interest in the first place, and how much money he had saved them. It was like a case study, the original student debt amount that they had, the projected that they were going to pay off, and the end total that they were going to pay off. So started off with the 15-minute consult phone call. Chris had alleviated all worry and doubt with just that 15-minute phone call. And right off the bat, whenever he was talking to me, I could tell that he was, speaking to me and not just advertising himself. He was legitimately just having a casual conversation with me in terms of just getting to know me. He was interested in what my situation was. He was interested in what I was planning on doing, what my interests were. So it was very apparent that he wasn't focused on how he could benefit from it versus how I would ultimately benefit from it. So I mean, I could just tell from the inflection in his voice, the way that he presented himself, that it was just he was a caring individual. Whenever he brought up the numbers of like, hey, this is what you'll actually be saving if you were to follow this step-by-step plan, it was amazing. It was jaw-dropping, honestly. The amount of money, is enough for a decently sized house in my area. So it was very surprising to see how much money I would have spent if I would have went with a standard, what I thought was the right option. It was very stress relieving to see that would be the amount of money that I would be able to save. Prior to meeting Chris, I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, I'm going to be paying off these student loans forever. I'm not going to be saving any money for retirement because I do want to be comfortable whenever I retire. And I eventually want to open up my own PT clinic, and I knew that wasn't feasible with the amount of debt that I had to tackle first. But after meeting with Chris, it was relieving to find out that I was able to explore my options in terms of dumbing down, in a sense, that debt and focus more on my personal finances. I know a bunch of PT students that have graduated that talk about, yeah, we're going to be paying, off student debts forever. It's something that we just live with and everything like that. And it wasn't something that quite settled with me. I was like, there's got to be some way. And after I found Chris, I actually ended up recommending him to, I think 3 or 4 of my classmates. I got that connection started to make sure that, hey, so far I've had one meeting with this guy. He's great. He speaks to you. He helps you not only develop a plan, but understand the importance of that plan and, understand the different components that go into it. And all of them were immediately interested in terms of being able to reach out to them. So a lot of things financially get lost in translation for healthcare workers since we've been focusing so much on the healthcare aspect and everything like that. So I feel like it's important to have a way to understand that without being taken advantage of. And Chris does that perfectly. He makes sure that you understand step by step what everything means whenever he goes into planning for you, and helps you understand, like, prioritize, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do next, we'll go over this, stuff like that. So it's very, you're not left in the dark, which is what I like. I haven't felt this confident about, repaying student loans or feeling comfortable financially, since I did my research. So.